Look at the consistency. Wow, perfect whipping cream ready in just 2 minutes. No beater, no fancy equipments, just the good old mixer grinder, and our whipping cream is ready in a matter of just 2 minutes. So, if you're planning to make a cake and you don't have an electric beater, then no worries. In this video, I will show you how to make the perfect whipping cream in a mixer jar. I will scoop some in the spoon and show you. See, look at the consistency. Before we begin, if you have not subscribed my channel, then please do so and hit the bell icon for notification. There are two types of whipping cream available in the market, dairy and non-dairy. I have bought non-dairy whipping cream. The difference between dairy whipping cream and non-dairy whipping cream is obviously the ingredients. Dairy whipping cream is made up of cow's milk, whereas the non-dairy one is made up of vegetable fat. I prefer the non-dairy whipping cream because I think it has a better texture and it's a more healthier option. We can store it in the freezer and use it when needed. Now before we whip the cream, we have to keep the jar in the freezer overnight or at least like 6 to 7 hours in the freezer. I need only a small quantity of whipping cream, so I'm going to use this jar. But ideally, the tall jar that we use to make juice is better. So always go for the bigger jar. See, like this one here, this jar. One thing to keep in mind while whipping the cream is that we should only fill quarter part of the jar because as you know, whipping cream will double in size and so we need lot of space in the jar. Now let's keep the jar in the freezer overnight. After keeping the jar in the freezer overnight, I have poured some whipping cream into the jar. See, I have only filled quarter part of the jar. 3/4 of the jar is empty. Because when we whip the cream, it will double in size. Now whip the cream for exactly 2 minutes and your whipping cream is ready. I will show you how this looks after 1 minute. This is how it looks after 1 minute. It's kind of watery and you can see lot of air bubbles in it. It's not yet done. Now we will whip this again for 1 minute at low speed. There's actually a small trick to know when your whipping cream is ready. You can literally hear the sound of the mixer grinder change when the cream is ready. Now we will whip this again for a minute at low speed. Did you notice the sound of the mixer change when the cream was ready? Wow, look at this. Our cream is ready. Look at the consistency. Even if we turn the jar upside down, you will not spill the cream. See. My whipping cream was already sweet, so I didn't add icing sugar to it. But if you prefer, according to your taste, you can add icing sugar if you want it to be more sweet. That's all up to you according to your preference. If you don't have icing sugar, then you can powder the normal sugar that we use to make tea and coffee. Just powder it and you can use that. We can add icing sugar at the beginning itself, no issues. It will come out nicely, just like this. But as I said, I didn't add any sugar to it because it was already sweet. That's up to you. Before you whip the cream, just taste it and see if you want to add sugar or not. If you wish, you can add gelatin or cream of tartar to stabilize it even more. But I didn't add any of these. I didn't add cream of tartar or gelatin because I was already happy with my whipping cream. Now we will transfer this to a bowl and keep it in the fridge. No need to keep it in the freezer. Just keep it in the fridge and use it whenever you need it. So wasn't that easy? Just remember one thing, that if you whip the cream more than 2 minutes in the mixer, it will turn into butter. If you want, you can add food color or melted chocolate to make it more interesting. We can whip cream by hand also without a mixer or a beater. For that, take a vessel and put some ice in it and take another vessel and keep it inside the ice like this. Now just pour the whipping cream into this and using a fork, whip it by hand. If you have a beater, then well and good. But if you don't have a beater, then you can use a fork as well. And whip it by hand, back and forth like this. But mind you, this will take lot of energy. We will have to whip this for like 15 to 20 minutes by hand. It's little difficult but still doable. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Bye.